Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable special guest, Mr. Tapon Kanti Ghosh, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, Government of Bangladesh, Mr. M.D. Najibur Rahman, Chairman of the Board of Governors, Capital Market Stabilization Fund, and ex-Principal Secretary of the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, and distinguished delegates, corporate leaders, awardees, members of the media, fellow professional colleagues of ICSB, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. On behalf of the Council and members of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries of Bangladesh, I feel extremely privileged to have the honor in extending warm welcome to each and every one of you in this autumn evening to this 10th ICSB National Award for Corporate Governance Excellence 2022. Honorable special guest and the guests from different organizations and our members. In this occasion, I, on my own behalf and on behalf of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries of Bangladesh, express my gratitude and heartfelt thanks to you for your kind presence despite of your busy schedule. Today, I recall the great contributions made by Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, all the members of the Cabinet, members of Parliament, for their strong initiatives and efforts towards this profession for enactment of Chartered Secretaries Act 2010, without which it would not have been possible to bring this institute in the present shape. Mr. Tapon Kanti Ghosh, Senior Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, for his visionary role for the development of trade and commerce of Bangladesh in the critical situation of COVID aftermath and Russia-Ukraine war. Mr. Tapon Kanti Ghosh, promoted as Secretary on 30th December 2021, he joined the Ministry of Commerce on June 2nd, 2021. Prior to this, he worked as the Secretary of the Ministry of Liberation War Affairs since July 7, 2020. He was promoted to the rank of Secretary to the Government of Bangladesh on 5th December 2019. After obtaining both bachelor and master's degree from Economics Department of Dhaka University, we express our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for your kind support and cooperation extended to ICSB for its development from time to time. Dear participants, we welcome Mr. M.D. Najibur Rahman, who is the first chairman of the Board of Governors of newly established Capital Market Stabilization Fund, and he took over the charge on September 2nd, 2021. He was Principal Secretary to the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Mr. Rahman was Senior Secretary, IRD, Ministry of Finance, and Chairman of National Board of Revenue. Earlier, he was also served as the Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and Secretary of the Statistics and Information Division, SID, Ministry of Planning. We also welcome Mr. Suel Ahmed Chowdhury, former Secretary, Ministry of Commerce. He contributed a lot for the establishment of ICSB while he was the Secretary of Commerce, Government of Bangladesh. We also welcome the high officials of the government, regulatory bodies, and corporate leaders, businessmen, guests, delegates, awardees, sponsors, newsmen from print and electronic media, our members who are with us today to grace the occasion. Dear guests and participants, I express my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Almighty Allah for His kind blessings and gladness that the Institute of Chartered Secretaries of Bangladesh was established under the Chartered Secretaries Act 2010. The Act was passed in the Jatiyo Sangsad of Bangladesh by the Awami League government on 7 June 2010. It has created a milestone in the professional field of Bangladesh, and whereby we got the Institute of Chartered Secretaries of Bangladesh as a statutory body under an Act of Parliament, under the Ministry of Commerce. ICSB is the only recognized professional body in Bangladesh to develop, promote, and regulate the profession of charter company secretaries and also to ensure corporate governance and compliance of statutory rules and regulation of the corporate sector for economic development of Bangladesh. You will be pleased to know that the Institute is a member of the Corporate Secretaries International Association based in Hong Kong that has been working for the development of good corporate governance through development of company secretaries profession in the members countries worldwide. Company secretary is an independent profession. Although this profession is very young in our country, but the charter secretary's profession was first established in Britain by Royal Charter of England in 1891, about 132 years back. The institute has now over 700 members. Currently, the number of students is about 5,000 at different academic levels. It is the duty of the corporate regulator to make the rules in such a way so that the border lines become more and more visible to all the stakeholders. As a part of reform to strengthen the confidence of the investors, the Corporate Governance Award has been introduced in Bangladesh by ICSB like many other countries around the world. We have first introduced the Corporate Governance Excellence Award in 2013 after the crash of stock market in Bangladesh in 2010-11, with a view to develop and create awareness amongst the listed companies of Bangladesh. Meanwhile, there are lots of governance development made in the listed companies of Bangladesh after introduction of Corporate Governance Excellence Award by ICSB. Today, we are going to hand over 10th Corporate Governance Award to the winning companies. Those are listed with the Stock Exchange of Bangladesh. We have been receiving laudable appreciation from every corner of the corporate sector of the country for holding this prestigious Corporate Governance Excellence Award. Tremendous awareness has been created in the corporate sector of the country about the charter secretaries profession, and huge demand has been created for the qualified charter secretaries in the job field of Bangladesh, because we are producing skilled professionals from our institute. The awardees for ICSB National Award for Corporate Governance Excellence are selected through a very comprehensive evaluation process supervised by 3 eminent members of the jury board headed by Dr. A.B. Mirza Azizul Islam, former Finance, Planning and Commerce Advisor to the caretaker government, and his team members are Mr. Abdul Karim, former Principal Secretary of the Honorable Prime Minister, and Mr. Firoz Ahmed, former Secretary of Commerce. The ICSB National Award for Corporate Governance Excellence is being conferred annually to publicly listed companies. The participant companies have been grouped into 14 different categories while taking adequate care to avoid any conflict of interest in assigning the evaluation tasks among the 14 technical committees. There are 3 awards in each category of companies ranking into gold, silver, and bronze in order of merit. Any public company listed with the Stock Exchange of Bangladesh who published in its annual report for the year ended December 31st, 2022 was eligible to participate in this year's competition. Honorable guest, Charter Secretary is the requisite qualification to become a company secretary and is an important professional aiding the efficient management of the corporate sector and is a statutory officer under the Companies Act 1994 of Bangladesh. According to the Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission, all the listed companies must have a company secretary. Company secretary is the chief compliance officer of a company who is to interact, coordinate, integrate, and cooperate with various other functions heads of the company. The company secretary has been playing a pivotal role in the company and management of the company, and it's working as a bridge between management and the shareholders. Globally, the company secretary is called as chief governance officer of a company. I am pleased to inform you that since the establishment of ICSB, sorry, this is first time Chartered Secretary's profession has been recognized by an Act of Parliament, that is through the Income Tax Act 2023, in which practicing Chartered Secretaries are allowed to engage themselves in income tax practice as authorized representative and income tax lawyer. It is really great achievement and recognition for ICSB in the professional field of Bangladesh. The Companies Act 1994 of Bangladesh is being amended now by the Ministry of Commerce. You are aware that the Chartered Company Secretaries are the operator of the Companies Act worldwide. In this occasion, I would urge upon our honorable special guest, sir, to include our ICSB profession in the Companies Amendment Bill 2023 in line with our proposal submitted before your ministry to develop our profession in Bangladesh, and also to professionally serve more than 3 lakh companies registered with the registered joint stock companies, although you are working on it. In reality, Companies Act 1994 was almost a replica of the Companies Act 1913, only changing the year with minor addition and alteration, which is absolutely redundant now, because it is enacted 110 years back during British rule. Bangladesh has been developed to a great extent during last 15 years at the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Side by side, the business of Bangladesh has been increased manifold during last 2 decades. But the investors and shareholders are not protected by any law. Therefore, we urge upon you, sir, to ease of doing business, attract the FDI, to protect the interest of the investors and stakeholders. We urgently need a fresh modern Companies Act as many other countries of the world, especially in India. It may be mentioned that about 72% revenue is being generated from the private sector of the country, but this sector is not properly addressed. To cope up with the existing trend of growing business to become a developed country in 2041, as announced by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, the profession of Chartered Secretaries must be developed as the country needs huge professionals to serve about 3 lakh companies registered with the registered joint stock companies. So I urge upon you, sir, to give more emphasis for development of ICSB profession in Bangladesh, to provide land, building with modern infrastructure, with adequate budget to meet the requirement of corporate sector of the country. Dear guests, finally I express my heartfelt congratulations to the companies, those who won the Corporate Governance Award prizes today for the year 2022, and also congratulate those who have joined the race but not won the prizes. I strongly believe that the companies, those who have not won today, they will do better in the coming years and be able to attain the prestigious Corporate Governance Excellence Awards in coming years. সম্মানিত অতিথিবৃন্দ, আমাদের এই ইনস্টিটিউট অফ চার্টার্ড বাংলাদেশের জন্য আমাদের মাননীয় আজকে বিশেষ অতিথি তপন কান্তি ঘোষ স্যার আমাদেরকে ট্রিমেন্ডাস সাপোর্ট করে যাচ্ছেন লাস্ট ফিউ ইয়ার্স আমাদের প্রফেশন ডেভেলপমেন্ট করার জন্য, এবং নজিবুর রহমান সাহেবও আমাদেরকে উনি যখন এনবিআর এর চেয়ারম্যান ছিলেন তখনও আমাদেরকে অনেক হেল্প করেছেন এই প্রফেশনাল ডেভেলপমেন্টের জন্য, এবং অন্যান্য সময়ও উনি করেছেন। তো আমরা সবাই দাঁড়াইয়া ওনাদেরকে আজকে আমরা সম্মান জানাই। Once again, I express my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Chief Guest, my colleagues, members of ICSB, awardees, media representatives for their kind presence despite of their busy schedule, without which it would not have been possible to organize this program successfully. I also express my gratitude to all the sponsors of this award function. Without your support, we cannot arrange this program so gorgeously. Thank you all for your presence here in this evening. Allah Hafiz.